Hello, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to Planet Lizzdom. I am your host, Lizzdom. I am an artist, and like so many of you, I'm going through a lot of bullshit right now during lockdown and during quarantine and COVID. And I really wanted to invite you into my space today so that we can start to connect and communicate with each other. I've noticed over the past year that everybody has really grown a lot. There's been a huge sense of community that has kind of grown out of this. And I've seen a lot of beautiful things come from a lot of the trials and tribulations that we have gone through. But something that is not being discussed right now is what we're going through as artists, entrepreneurs, entertainers. So many of us, lost our platforms. We lost a lot of our opportunities and our jobs. And over the past year, I've noticed that a lot of us have found different ways to thrive and survive, but it's still not enough. And we're still need a space and a place to communicate and perform and really kind of come together and realize that we're not so different. Our struggles are very similar, but toxic positivity is killing us online. And we have to talk about the fact that it fucking sucks. And that, if we can work together and make some beautiful things happen, there's a lot more that we can do with this time. Now, that being said, on Planet Lizzdom, we're very inclusive here. Everybody is welcome to the table, to the conversation. Just don't be a rude ass jerk, because then I will spank you and I will send you on your way. So that being said, my hope is every week to bring something exciting to the table for you, give you an event to look forward to, and a place where you can feel included and that you matter. And that's here in Planet Lizzdom. And I am so excited and so thrilled to have an amazing first guest tonight. Something that I wanted to do before I bring him on is show you a little cartoon that I've been making. It's about my comic book character, Peter Rabbit. He lived in the pages of my zine, Crap Nation, which I've been doing with Jen and Tina 6 and Jen Twa. And right before COVID, actually, we were putting together these really amazing launches, and bands would play, we'd give you a zine. But now, because of quarantine, we can't do that. So instead, I made a little cartoon for you, and I hope that you like it. Haha, so that is my badass bunny, Peter Rabbit. Just a little cuteness to kind of get us started and set the tone a little bit. But, without further ado, I am so excited to introduce to you the most ghoulish fiend I know, the most amazing master of scaremonies. I want to introduce him to my online, what did he call it? Halloweeny streamy? I guess today is going to be the quarantine streamy. The one and only, I'm going to go skull to skull with him, Max Explosion.
Hey, sup, girl?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
Oh my God, you look fantastic.
Well, the age doesn't show, right? Okay.
You know what? I'm so happy to have you. Oh my gosh.
Should I be on landscape or horizontal?
Ooh, you know what? Whatever floats your creaky boat, my friends.
Okay.
I'm pretty cool with either.
Oh, I'm just happy to see you either way. You know what? Here, let's do this one, because you can see my hair that I've done all quarantined up.
I know, it looks fantastic. Oh, look at that. That's fantastic. Oh, look at you.
Thank you. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Oh, great. Thank you so much for being my first guest. For those of you who may not know who Max Explosion is, he is actually the front man for an amazing band called Blood Opera. And actually, you can I'll brag about you guys in a second. Before we kind of talk about your music, because it's fantastic, it's amazing. They're up to a lot of really cool stuff. I wanted to kind of talk about how you, as an artist, are surviving and thriving. I really kind of wanted to talk about losses versus wins, and I think it's really important because for
It's a
me,
good question, Liz.
I think if we start with the losses, we can finish with some really big wins. But, when quarantine in Toronto first started back in March last year,
Yes.
what were you guys up to? What happened?
That's a loaded question, Liz. We remember the day because we were playing Blood Opera, me and the ghoulish guys that I play with. We were playing one of our favorite gigs, which is Drunken Cinema. Drunken Cinema put on by Serena Whitney over at the Review on Roncesvalles there down in Toronto, where you guys are at right now. And so we were playing a Friday the 13th, because if you remember, it was actually it was Friday the 13th of March. The 14th, everything shut down, and we actually had a gig that night as well at the Hard Luck. With a few cool cats, and that was canceled, and we didn't really know what was going on because we were getting all these messages on the Friday night while we were playing this show at the Review saying that the show on Saturday was being canceled, and we were like, hey, now what's going on? Like, is everybody okay? And we didn't, because it was so kind of new, so to speak, that the whole thing that this was the pandemic. We'd heard about it, but not everybody was taking it seriously. The social distancing was very new. I think we'd only heard about it a few times. Mm-hmm. And so what happened was we were playing that show, and then we were told that everything on the Saturday night was canceled, and we were like, oh my God, are we supposed to be here right now? And Rip Junk, actually, our guitar player, he actually had this idea to come out on stage. There's some videos on YouTube. Go to Blood Opera's YouTube about it, because there's a video, and we come out on stage playing My Corona, and people were like, oh, what the fuck? Like, is that cool? Is that not cool? Like, we were at the time just like, hey, like, this is apparently like the flu, like this is a sickness going on, like I don't know. So we'd heard about it, we weren't taking it seriously at the time. You know what I'm saying? And so we came out on stage, and people YouTubed it, and they were even like, oh shit, like did those motherfuckers say that? And we were like, well, like, yeah, we did. It was just kind of like we were just playing My Sharona, but to My Corona, it was like a 30-second thing. And then we went on to introduce the Friday the 13th movie with all of our friends down there. But it was really weird, because then the next day we woke up fucking, head hurting, but also the world had closed. Toronto had closed down. Mm-hmm. And so the next day was canceled, and little did we know that was the official beginning to everything being canceled. So sorry to ramble on, but we have a pretty intricate story about what happened when this all went down, and I will never forget that, girlfriend.
Oh yeah, no, it is, it's remarkable how everybody knows where they were when quarantine and lockdown happened for them, but I have to say, I've watched you guys really, you've been incredibly resilient during this. I remember, I think right at the end of March, you did an event called Co-Video, where you included Mysterion and myself when we were doing our characters from our horror host show, Dr. M's Mad Mausoleum, and that was my introduction to Zoom.
And toilet paper, mommy!
Yes, and I think I had one strip of toilet paper because I was rationed. So, but I remember being so impressed with your ability to use an online streaming program, because I really, this time last year, I didn't know about any of this. I really wasn't so familiar. And I remember you invited me or us to do a co-video with you on Zoom. And I was like, what is that? So I added that app to my phone. I went to a dress rehearsal. You had, Bella running. I think Bella was running it for you.
Yes, Bella Magic Spells. Continue, and I'll mention her after.
She's amazing. And I remember doing that and realizing, in that moment, as artists, we are always adaptable. And, even though we may have lost our physical stage, this platform, this whole internet and ability to broadcast over the airwaves, it is a wonderful new landscape. I mean, a year later, I'm doing a show with you. I put it together, through, the help of many friends teaching me how to use all these different platforms. And now I'm able to sit here from my living room talking to you in your living room. That's pretty flippin' fantastic.
You're presuming I'm in my living room right now, Liz.
Oh, that's true. You could be.
No, I am. I had to come and shove the Wi-Fi literally up in my butt tonight because I can't seem to get reception anywhere else.
No, it's so true. Actually, something that I want to highlight in the future, because we are talking about all the different online stuff you've been doing. And actually, I mean, guys, I encourage you to go to Blood Opera's YouTube. They've been doing these amazing specials. They just did the Christmas Evil special, which I loved so much. I got to watch it on Christmas Eve. You did an interview with the actress from Black Christmas. I think one of the prosthetic artists. Am I correct?
We actually interviewed Lynn Griffin, who's better known possibly in the horror realm as Claire Harrison from Black Christmas, which is a Toronto horror film, as you know. We actually got to interview her. She was the first to die. I'm pretty sure. The lady in the bag, right? Lady in the bag. All of our stunts were kind of dedicated to her that night. But we also got to interview Carl Zitterer, who did the soundtrack, which was unfucking believable. So yeah, we've been having fun.
No, that's amazing, and something that again, I just want to bring it up again because it's a wonderful overlay that shows all the things you've done. You also did the Halloweeny streamy with the voice actor from Tales from the Crypt,
John Kassir. Yes, I mean, him and I, we don't go way back, but we go deep underground, which is I look up to him, and since I was a wee lad, I've watched Tales from the Crypt, and the entire band has. So to be able to interview the fucking Crypt Keeper was, we've been very fortunate here.
So wonderful.
To meet these people, not in person but online, and they've been doing some cool things that we've been having fun. Yeah, we've been having fun. We've been trying to have fun.
That's wicked. And actually, it brings me to my next segment, which is We Could Be Heroes, because, I'm obsessed with David Bowie. I love David Bowie. In fact, he is one of my 4 top heroes, David Bowie.
I love The Hunger. Oh, my God. I mean, I love David Bowie, but The Hunger is one of my favorite movies, too. He is so fucking scary and cool, and he plays music. God, we look up to that man.
Oh, do we ever? And, Mr. Rogers, that man was kind as fuck. He made kindness the most punk rock shit ever. And Elvira, she's mistress of the dark, and she's so smart. And she does not apologize for being sexy and dark. And Dolly Parton has the biggest heart of anyone I've ever seen. She loves reading, and she loves, being benevolent, and she's talented. But I want to know, you obviously look up to the gentleman from Tales from the Crypt, whose name I'm forgetting all of a sudden. I'm too excited.
John Kassir.
Yes, sorry, John.
There were so many people involved, but yes, he was the voice actor. Yeah.
Who else are you really admiring right now? Like, who are your heroes? Who are you looking to for inspiration and perhaps emotional direction?
I mean, for us and myself, if I can speak on behalf of Blood Opera at the moment, although we're looking for new things and new ways to express ourselves and to reach the fans and the people out there and to get our music out there and to just be us, it's actually not always about looking for or searching for something new. It's often something that's right under your nose, and that can be anything, Liz. That can be That can be, fixing up the old car in your driveway. That can be spending more time with your pet. That could be, putting that extra bit of effort into that dinner for your partner. Anything like that. To bring it back to music and to creativity. I mean, those things are all creative, but at the same time, we've realized that a lot of these humans that we've grown up to love and want to emulate and play their music and watch their films, we've realized that they're just like you and I, Liz, and they're bored as fuck right now. They're like a nice pair of tits that aren't being played with. They are
They're very
they are. Hey, we're all isolating here. They are sometimes, like, we've had some lovely people, like my friend Greg Gilbert at Python's Paradise, my friend Chris Alexander, who used to write for Fangoria and who has his own magazine Delirium, who you all know, who featured on our last show. We have tons of friends, Ali Chappell, who have we've become friends with them, almost like better friends with them through this. And they've introduced us to some people like, say, Paul Lynch, or who's going to be on our next stream, or Carl Zittler, or Lynn Griffin from Black Christmas, or even Art Hindle. He couldn't tune in. We actually got to speak with Art Hindle from Black Christmas and The Brood, Canadian actor, but he was a little bit busy filming something. So we've met all of these people who already existed. It's something that's already been around. And we've just been like, hey, we have a little bit of time. Let's reach into something that we already love. It's fine to look for new things. Don't get me wrong. But often I think people during the pandemic are like, I'm so bored. And you need to just invest in something that you already do. And just give it that much more effort, because at the end of the day, the effort put in is the success you will get out. And if you don't believe that, well, you may be right. But as artists, we have to just fucking believe in it,
Absolutely, but, I mean, to be perfectly honest, there are some days where I can't get out of bed, maybe I don't want to put on pants. I've been getting...
Fuck pants.
Right. Oh yeah, it's true. Fuck pants. I don't need pants. None of you know, but I'm not wearing pants right now. Total lie, I'm wearing pants. But something that's I think a lot of artists may be experiencing. I know the first round of lockdown, I couldn't lift a pencil. I draw all the time, and I could just not draw a single line. This time around, I've been getting wicked bouts of unreasonable and surprise anxiety. Which is just totally new to me. But it's
Hey,
pandemic fatigue, but
shit happens.
It fucking happens. I'm just like, oh, okay, this is a thing. I'm standing here crying and I don't know why.
If a pandemic was being rated on the anxiety scale, I think it would tip the whole thing. You know what I mean?
It would. And, I find I'm so glad and grateful to be a creative person, because I've been able to channel and focus a lot of that anxious energy into doing something like this. I'm starting to draw again and paint again, which is fantastic.
Do me.
There we go. Done. It's an air drawing. Like, here's the car, but you can't see it. But it's the sort of thing where, like, I'm the first to step up and say, I finally have landed a therapist and I have another appointment on Sunday. Fuck yeah. It's a big deal. But, I think
Good
it's
for
also
you.
important.
Good for you. I killed my last one, but, the more you pay, the more they say.
But I think one of my reasons for doing this show, because I'm hearing a lot of people saying, well, if I can't perform or if I can't be the artist that I am, what's the point? I'm so upset that I want to, for some people they're actually quite suicidal and very, very distraught. As an artist and a musician, how are you getting over those hurdles when you have an emotional moment where you feel like you can't do something, or you feel overwhelmed in whatever degree that is, in whatever capacity it is?
Well, let me not understate the fact how serious this is. And you mentioned the S word. We really don't like that word around here because yes, it is the utmost of what gets rid of the population that doesn't deserve and shouldn't be gone, because no one is forgotten. But the issue is that we can't see anybody. We can't, I see you now, but this is still through a third party,
Yes.
which is different. So what I am going through and what you are going through and what Rip and Cannibal and Vivian and Lackey and all the guys, what everyone we know is going through is different. Every person has their own thing right now. And although, yes, it's definitely affected by the state of the world, it can also be, further affected and further negatively affected by things like, if you're in a band and you can't play, or if you were about to release an EP or an album and you can't record, if you were about to have an art show and the space canceled, all of the things, all of the food, the restaurants, everybody that's creative, making we say just music and art, but it's everybody. I think every single person that I would call a fiend of mine is in the arts somehow, whether that be restaurant work or TV or whatever it is. But the fact of the matter is, we can't judge people on what's happening. Everybody has their own way to deal with it. Suicide, please, is the wrong way out. But I feel for everybody that has, and my heart goes out to everybody that has lost someone or whatever's happened during this, because it's extreme, and that goes from suicides to grandmothers to whoever it be, not getting the care and not feeling like anybody can take care of them because we can't see people, and to minimize that, like not being able to see my own mother on Christmas or whatever it is. It's difficult. And so for us to get through it, Liz, it's a mix. Sorry to ramble on, to answer your question. It's a mix of everything. It's me going out to the bloodshed and creating. It's filming with the Phoenix Fire and skeleton key photography. It's being able to have a video chat with the guys in the band and make sure that they're doing okay. I ran into Lackey Jawless in Parkdale today. I was picking up some of the ganja, and I saw a guy in my band almost as though he was a stranger walking past. So we had to stop and have a social deconv, and it was okay, and it made me feel good. But I think. I think the spectrum is so large right now that's going on that anything that makes you feel good, just fucking do it. And if that means, even though you really need that job right now, to quit that job because you're going nuts, quit that job. If that means to quit that partner, then quit that partner. If that means to drink a bit more beer than you normally drink, then do it. But just know yourself and try and take care of yourself, because the people that we have to watch out for, as much as we care about other people during this pandemic, Liz, you have to look out for number one.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to look out for number one, right?
Absolutely. And I think that's one of the reasons why I really want to do this show, because I need our arts and entrepreneurial community to realize that, you aren't alone in this. We are technically in this together. It's not going to be forever. It's just for now, but we need to remind ourselves that, things may be on pause, but you are not on pause. You can still find ways to thrive and be creative. And that's where I really kind of want to celebrate you guys, because you are really, really killing it.
I still believe, Liz.
Like, here, ready? What's next? Ha ha ha. And I've got some people in the chat room, and guys, if you have questions for Max Explosion, please type something up, because obviously I'm so happy to
It can be
involved as
anything.
well, right? But here, I want to brag about you guys. First of all, Bandcamp. You have an amazing EP. Let me pull up the Bandcamp information that I put on my preset banner. Let's see if I did that.
Oh, look at you go.
Yeah. Woo! So, guys, I will have all of this posted up on Planet Lizzdom on Facebook as well. You can also go to Blood Opera on Facebook for all of their information. Reach out to either of us if you have any questions. I really want to promote these guys because they are some of the hardest working ghouls in show business. They never stop. And it's I can tell it's out of a love for the art. You guys really, you blow me away all the time. If you go to YouTube, you can see all of their wicked videos. The one that you did for Home Alone.
Hey, and you just showed that was a link to A Waste of Good Suffering, which we actually made while we were setting up co-video. So I know that I'd mention Bella again. Bella, I love you to death. She put on a magic show that got so big with her Nona, who was over 90. She was interviewed by CTV.
Yep.
She was doing so much cool shit. And, Bella was the reason that we learned how to do co-video. She had some crazy link for some crazy dudes, and they hooked us up and enabled us to do that kind of Zoom crazy feed that we started doing, and started the whole kind of thing that we did. And so she's doing so much. She's got music videos. She's a juggler. She is out of control. Fire breather. Check her out at Bella Magic Spells on Instagram. Love that ghoul. She, there's been so many people. Oh my God. If I had an hour, if I had the credits, Liz, I'd just scroll through all the people that I need to thank during the last kind of, 8 months or 9 months or whatever, because I've almost become, better friends with people through the necessity of needing love. And we are hot love, man. We need friends, and we need each other. And that's what this is about. That's why I love you. And thank you for asking me to be here.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for taking the time to be with me. Guys, you got one more chance. Do you have any questions for Max? I'm trying to get to my comments. Obviously, I'm streaming live to YouTube. I'm streaming live to Planet Lizzdom Facebook and my own personal Facebook. This is my first time doing it to YouTube, so I really don't know how to go to YouTube to see what their questions may be. But right now, I'm just seeing that, everybody's, kind of on the same page, like love is all you need. Check on your people,
check on your people. If there is someone that you think about, if you think about someone more than one, if you think about them twice in a week, in 10 days, give them a call, man. Say hello. It's not, this is the time when we need to, we need to be friends with each other. And really, even that person that you haven't talked to in forever, reach out. The fuck out.
Now, obviously, I am such a huge believer in promotion. I want you to promote yourself, brag about yourself. What is coming up for Max Explosion and Blood Opera in the next little while that we can look forward to? What do you guys up to?
Wow. Let me see. What do I got here? So we literally, Liz, we have 5 of these left. We have 5 of these EPs left. So if you don't get your hands on those on Bandcamp, guess what? You're fucked, because they're out of print unless you know one of us personally and can provide some kind of favor for the music file. That being said, we've got a lot of cool stuff coming up. I don't know if I think I did. Our next live stream, our next episode of Funhouse is a pretty fucking cool one. It's a prom night special, guys. Prom night 1 and 2. Oh, you love that Canadian horror shit. So we are interviewing Paul Lynch, who directed fucking Prom Night and Humongous and a bunch of other fucking crazy shit. Paul Lynch. We're also interviewing At the same time, get this, live, guys, live, my fiends. We are interviewing Bruce Pittman, who directed one of my favorite sequels of all time, Hello, Mary Lou, Prom Night 2, baby. Mwah. Love that. Crunching that locker shit. So it's live, man. Stay tuned at Blood Opera Inc. and our Facebook and our YouTube. We'll have the link when it's going to be up. It's supposed to be up at the end of January. We have to figure out when we're all available to hang out and, be on the phone. But because of lockdown, it's seriously impossible to get together right now. So this is a live stream, guys. This is really, really coming to you, just like the last one with Phoenix Fire, our Christmas special. This is live. So the blips and all that shit, take it for what it is. That being said, tune in at Blood Opera Inc. We can't get together, so we've got, 10 new songs? I was just talking to Rip tonight, 10 new songs to record, but we're not doing that anytime soon. So besides that, just tune into our next show, and we hope to play a gig soon, girl. We're already dead, but we're coming back to life here by not being able to do nothing.
Woo!
Yay for nothing. But this is something. We like this.
Absolutely. Well, and we love you guys so much. I hope maybe at some point I can have the entire Blood Opera crew on to do a song or something. So when you are doing your next your next filming at, I think it's Rehearsal Factory, you do it at, please let me know, and I would love to hop online here and do a little performance with you guys if possible. We'll figure it out.
We'd love that. We can't go to Rehearsal Factory right now because of how the situation is, but when that happens, we'll give you a call. How about you host that shit? I'm tired of it.
Oh, I would love to. Hold on. I'm gonna freak out a little bit. Yes, I'm saying yes right now. My only request is that you guys help zombify me so I can be as cool and ghoulish as you are, because you look so wicked.
Well, help zombify just means we gotta kill your ass, but we can do that too.
I'll practice my dead face.
Okay, dead face, and I'll practice my duck face. Ready?
Oh, I love your drunk face.
Oh yeah.
Max, thank you so much for taking the time to hang out with me tonight. I'm going to keep you on for a little bit because I want to play a really cute finishing video. I have a new feature that I want to bring on for every show, just to kind of lift you guys up a little bit before I let you go on your way. Max,
I've got a few finishing videos as well, Liz.
This is why I love you. All right, I'm gonna put you on hold for a second, and guys, I want to thank Max so much for being with us today. Don't go anywhere. What I wanted to do actually is show you a little something. I recently just filmed some things with Mysterion at the Skull Store for our upcoming show called Something Strange on January 23rd. It's a sideshow. We normally would, it's a sideshow festival. We would normally do it in a theater in front of 600 people, but obviously because of what's going on right now, we can't. So we are actually doing it safely and socially distanced over Zoom. We have a lot of pre-taped performers who are performing with us, and we're going to be doing some of it live from there. So when we went to do some footage at the Skull Store the other day, I met this little lady. Her name is Annabelle. She's a cockatoo. And we got along so well that she actually shook my hand afterwards, which is apparently a big deal because normally she bites. So I wanted you just to kind of get to know her and see what happened when we did a card trick with her and Papa Jimbo.
An amazing mind-reading bird here, an amazing card trick bird. And what I'm going to do is just run my thumb along the edge. You say stop. Wherever you say stop, that's where we'll get your card. Fair enough?
Fair enough. Stop.
Right there. Do you like it there or do you want to go on?
No, I like it there.
I can't use that one. I've seen it. Take the first one after the break. I'm not going to look. Show it to the camera. Let's put it back. Just take a card. Just one. Just take any card you want. Oops, that's two. Take one. Is that the one you want? And the two of clubs. Is that your card?
That is. So that is a something that I like to call the cuteness. So that was Annabelle. She's a sweetheart. Everybody, I want to thank you so much for joining me tonight. This is the very first of many episodes to come for Planet Lizzdom. Feel free to reach out to me on Messenger, on however you want to. If you have any questions, if you have any ideas, if you just want to talk, reach out to me. Planet Lizzdom is a space for you as artists, entrepreneurs, and entertainers. I want you to feel welcome here. You are welcome here. And I'm very happy to say I will see you the same time next week here live on YouTube. Take care, everybody. Be well.